All right, so Harpal, we are live. So, hi everyone, and welcome to this introduction stream on Monad's EVM Hackathon. And we have Harpalsinh with us today. Harpal is a DevRel engineer at Monad, and he will walk us through what EVM Hackathon is all about and how you can stand a chance to win $100K in bounties. So, Harpal, I will pass on the stage to you. If you want to greet the crowd, if you want to give a brief introduction about yourself, about Monad, and walk every one of us through the process, how we can apply as well through EVM Hackathon and what EVM Hackathon is all about. So I'll pass it on to you, Harpal.
Sure. Yeah. First of all, thanks for having me. Good morning, guys. Harpal here from the Monad DevRel team. So I mostly work on, helping developers with technical issues, documentation, attracting more developers, getting them to build on Monad. And we are doing our first hackathon where people will be able to, experience the Monad testnet for the first time in a public setting. So here to talk about the EVM hackathon. But before I go dive deep into the hackathon details, a few slides about what Monad is. Why should you be interested in Monad? Why should you be curious about Monad? To simply put, Monad is a high performance EVM compatible blockchain. So if for any reason you are a EVM, you're an EVM developer, and if for any reason you're thinking of, deploying on Solana specifically just for high performance reasons, then you should consider building on Monad before that. Monad sits right in between both the ecosystems. We are EVM compatible, so you can take your Solidity smart contracts, deploy on Monad without any issues, and you get high performance scalability benefits, just like in a Solana environment. To very briefly talk about what enables this scalability high throughput, we are working on a completely different architecture. They, we do use the EVM, but the underlying core technologies behind the EVM are different. For example, we have Monad BFT, which is a pipelined consensus algorithm. To very briefly mention what it does is that when the nodes are validating or doing the consensus process, they are also parallelly executing transactions for blocks from previous rounds of consensus. Um, Along with that goes asynchronous execution, which is related to the consensus algorithm that I just mentioned, is that asynchronous execution allows us to do execution after we have done consensus process. So in Ethereum, consensus and execution are interleaved, right? The first step is that you execute the transactions, you create a block, and then consensus happens. In Monad, all we have to do is just agree on the order of transactions during the consensus process, and the execution of transactions can be done later. This allows for bigger blocks, more transactions in a block, etc. Following on that, parallel execution is another optimization that we have done. Basically, what parallel execution means is that if you have a block full of transactions, and there are some transactions which, in most cases, what we have observed is that many transactions are not dependent on each other. And what I mean by that is that they don't touch the same smart contracts, they don't interact with the same storage slots. And if that is the situation, they are completely independent, these transactions. They can be executed in parallel. You could have a block with a lot of transactions, and at the end of the block, there might be a transaction which is a simple transfer. The thinking behind parallel execution is, why should that simple transfer execution wait for other transactions to execute when it can be executed parallelly, right? So that's a very simple example of what parallel execution enables. And following on to MonadDB, this is one of the core technologies that enables parallel execution, because when I mentioned that we can execute these transactions parallelly, we also need a database which allows us parallel state access, right? So MonadDB is essentially that. It is a very efficient database built specifically for blockchains, allows us to access state in parallel fashion, and enables parallel execution and many other benefits. So that's a little bit about Monad, why you should be curious, what are the benefits of building on Monad. And now on to the EVM Hackathon. So as I mentioned, EVM Hackathon is Monad's first hackathon. So it's an inaugural hackathon. This is special because this will be the first time developers in a public environment will be able to run the, experience the testnet, build apps, build anything that you have been thinking about. And making and turning it into a reality. So if you are thinking of building something special, we want to make that a reality at EVM Hackathon. The process is slightly different from other hackathons. The difference is that um, not everybody is allowed to participate. We are taking applications and scrutinizing them thoroughly, and only a limited number of submissions will be accepted. What I mean by that is that currently there's a website where you apply, you give all the details about your team, if you're an individual, what type of project you want to build, share your experience. And then we will shortlist a few people who will be able to actually participate in the hackathon. There are reasons for doing this, which I will go on in detail in the further slides. But for the accepted submissions, they will receive top tier support. This is the one of the reasons, right? We want to give top tier support to the teams, and this is not possible if there are 1,000 hackers, right? If we are catering to a very small number of individuals and teams, then we can give them the best support from Monad team, and there are many other mentors which I will also talk about in the future slides. So who should apply? The eligible people are EVM developers, non-EVM developers, anybody who's interested in building in the Web3 space and have been just on the sidelines, but are in it for the long term, right? We want people who are who believe in Web3, who believe that EVM can be scaled, and are believing in the Ethereum ecosystem. We want such people to be able to stake their flag in the Monad ecosystem. As I mentioned, that this is Monad's inaugural hackathon, which means that there is so much scope for being a first mover in the Monad ecosystem. Being a Monad native app has a lot of advantages right now, because there are not many builders yet building in the Monad ecosystem. And when the testnet goes live, there will be a lot of builders building. So if you are participating in this hackathon, you get top tier support, and you'll be one of the first teams to be part of the Monad ecosystem. So if you are an EVM builder, that is much easier for you, and you're looking for a scalable blockchain, you are working on ideas that require scalable blockchains, then this is the perfect hackathon for you. And as I was talking through this, you might be thinking, what's in it for you, right? So you'll be competing for $100,000 in prizes to fuel your project, to make sure that you get the ample amount of support financially as well to keep working on your project. And this is just prizes of the hackathon, but any participants who submit the projects will also be eligible to be considered for a milestone based grant. So what this grant is, that when you submit your project, regardless of whether you won prizes at the hackathon or not, there will be an option for you to be eligible to be evaluated for a milestone based grants, and we'll sit down with you, we'll decide what those milestones will be, how much funding you will get for each milestones, and based on your performance, we'll be giving out grants, we'll be giving out support, we'll get you in touch with industry leading builders, investors, to make your vision a reality. So you get prizes and you get grants if if you are eligible, or you are evaluated, and we see fit that your project is definitely here for the long term. You're definitely in it for the long term. So we do want to consider you for milestone-based grants as well, regardless of whether you win a prize or not. So if you're there thinking, what can you build? For my proposition is that you have a very fast, high-performance blockchain, which has 10K TPS support, 1 second block times, single sort finality, low gas fees, and bigger blocks, right? Like imagine you have bigger blocks, you can put in a lot of transactions, you can perform a lot of transactions in a very short period of time. Any such ideas that you have in mind, these Monad is probably the perfect playground for such ideas. Some key areas we are focusing on is AI, DeFi, NFTs, gaming, developer tooling, consumer and social apps. But if you're if you have ideas which are which do not fit in these key focus areas, please do not hesitate to apply. I recommend, regardless of the focus area that your idea belongs to, apply for the hackathon, because we are looking for people to come up with creative ideas as well. These are just some focus areas that we came up with. And it does not depend if you're an individual or a team, right? Even if you're an individual, just apply. We have Monad Developer Discord, to which we will share the link, and you will be able to connect with other builders if they want to. If you want to form a team before, with them, we can also match you with other people. So when you're filling the form, you'll be able to express what type of skills and interests you have, and what type of skills and interests you're looking for in your team. Like teammates, and we will be matching you with those specific individuals. So if you're an individual, please don't hesitate, still apply. And if you have a team, that's great. Depending on whether you are open to new members or not, apply, right? If you already have a team form, that's fine. Just mention it in the form that you already have a team formed. You are not looking for additional teammates. And if you have a team and you are looking for additional teammates, that is also fine. Select the appropriate check boxes, and we will be matching you with other developers, so you can have the team that you're looking for. Hackathon format. So the hackathon will kick off first IRL at a hacker house in East Denver. So if you're coming to East Denver, we'll be able to see you in person. We'll be able to hack in person. You'll be able to meet the Monad team in person, and the other mentors that will be joining us at East Denver. However, if you're not able to make it to East Denver, that is totally fine as well. You can still apply, and we are considering people who are not able to make it to East Denver as well to be part of the hackathon. But if you are at East Denver, foods, drinks, anything in between will be taken care of for you, so you can just focus on hacking your project. The hacker house will be a dedicated space to begin building your concept while getting advisory and project support from Monad team and crypto's best builders. And again, I will there is a dedicated slide for who these people are. So keep watching. And upon conclusion of the in-person hacker house, the remainder of the hackathon will be online, right? So 2 days there will be hackathon at a hacker house, and then we'll continue with the async online process of the hackathon, which will also include the judging process. So the judging process will also be online. This is the venue at East Denver. The venue name is Dry Clean Only. If you search on Google Maps, make sure to select the one which has Denver in it, and it's 10-minute drive from the East Denver venue. So if you're thinking that you come to this hacker house and you will be isolated in this hacker house, you won't be able to attend East Denver. That is not going to be the case. It's very close to the East Denver venue as well, so you can hop in, hop off the hacker house venue while you're hacking. But we expect that you are serious about your project and are focusing on your project, because the people you would want to meet at East Denver, they will be at the hacker house itself, so you don't have to go anywhere else. Here are some key dates about the hackathon. So applications close on February 11, which is about 6 days from now. So apply today. If you are not sure, I still recommend just apply, right? Nothing could go wrong here. So on February 20th, we will have another information session with kickoff. We will have an ideation check-in. So, the approved participants will have session on ideation. You will be able to present your ideas, get feedback on them, etc. And on 24 and 25, we will have the Denver Hacker House. And on 26 is when the online hackathon begins. So 24, 25 will also be the days when you will be hacking IRL, and 26 is when the online portion of the hackathon begins. And on March 12th, we will have the project submission deadline. So these are some key dates. Feel free to take a screenshot of the screen right now. And if you are still, sidelining on whether should I apply or not, my recommendation is just apply. Even as an individual, we are, looking out for individual hackers as well. Just express the requirements you want in your teammates, and we'll be happy to match you with other teammates or other individual
So,
people applying for the hackathon.
so Harpal, I have a question.
Go ahead.
So, what if I already have a project? Let's say that I am working on a project. It's on, let's say, Ethereum mainnet, but
Mhm.
I want to deploy that on Monad. So, can I do that during the hackathon? Can I participate in hackathon for that?
Yes, those projects will also work. Ideally, we would also want you to work on some extra features that are during the hackathon. Because if your project is on Ethereum mainnet, I guarantee deploying on Monad will hardly take you 2 days. Like honestly speaking, unless there is an infrastructure dependency which is not available on Monad, and we'll try our best to get it ready on Monad. But adding new features to your projects would be, much more better. So definitely, if you have a project, please apply. Please mention details about the project that you have on Ethereum mainnet. Um, we are pretty sure that you will be able to deploy the same project on Monad very quickly, and then you can work on extra features, additional features that can be built
Got it.
during the hackathon phase of the project. So yeah, please apply.
Got Got it, got it. So extra features where, so Harpal mentioned that Monad has a Monad has relatively or comparatively larger block space, plus has a lot of like faster transactions plus great transaction throughput. So if you have your projects on other chains or on EVM mainnet, you can develop new projects leveraging these features which are not available on other chains. So I'll pass it on to you, Harpal, again. Sorry.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely makes sense. Yeah, if you have projects, please apply. So talking about some prices, and I'm very sure that you haven't seen this type of price structure in different other hackathons. So for first place, there's a monetary prize of 20,000 USDC tokens, $5,000 in infrastructure credits. So if you're using any infrastructure for your project, like indexers, RPCs, we'll be happy to provide you $5,000 worth of credits so that you can keep working on your project. You can buy those pro plans, those plus plans for your project when you get a lot of users. An exclusive dinner with the Monad Foundation team, right? And this is the best perk, right? Intern, which is one of the best growth guys in the industry, will be interning for you on your team for 1 day. We'll be giving you all the advice on how to grow your project, how to get distribution, how to get retail audience. So he'll be helping you out. He will be interning on your team for a day. And Monad Builder Residency, I will talk about that in a future slide. You will get top mentorships from leading crypto VCs. More on that later. And 30,000 in additional milestone-based funding. As I mentioned, irrespective of your position in the hackathon, most projects are eligible, and we will be, scrutinizing them, doing our due diligence on, whether we should be moving forward with milestone-based funding. But these are the perks of being first place in the hackathon. Second place, 12,000 USDC tokens, $12,000 worth of USDC tokens, 5,000 in infrastructure credits, and Tunes, which is another great growth team member in Monad Foundation, will also be interning for you for a day in your project. Monad Builder Residency, top mentorship from crypto VCs, and again, 30,000 in additional milestone-based funding. Third place, $8,000 worth of USDC tokens, 5,000 in infrastructure credits, and another person from our team, John W. Rich Kid, also one of the great growth guys, very mimetic person, will also be interning on your team for 1 day. And again, the same perks as first and second place at the Monad Builder Residency, top mentorship, and 30,000 in additional milestone-based funding. Fourth and fifth place will get the following perks: the builder residency, top mentorship, and the milestone-based funding. So, again, irrespective of whether you are in the top 5 or not, you will be considered for the milestone-based grants. So don't assume that there are only 5 prizes. There are many more, and actually there's a bounty from QuickNote as well. So over to you, Sahil, so you can express more and tell more people about the bounty.
Yeah, but before that, I would really like to appreciate how you guys at Monad have structured the prizes for everyone, where you are not just giving them a prize for the hackathon or what they have built during the hackathon, but you are also providing a resource from your team to help them in their growth journey. You are connecting them with VCs, and you are also giving them milestone based funding, in a way funding. So that's very nice, because you are in a way hand holding them to and drive them to success. And as Harpal mentioned, you should not think that there are just these five prizes. There are going to be a lot more bounties from other ecosystem partners, just like the one you are seeing on screen. Plus, the best thing is, and the best thing about hackathons is, even if you do not win, you get support from the best in class team. Plus, you meet so many like minded builders and hackers during the hackathon. So, that's very helpful. Those kind of connections you can not make at any other events. So, talking about the quick note bounty, I'll just take 2 minutes from you, Harpal. So, we have a quick note streams and functions bounty, where if you've built a good DeFi app using quick note streams or functions, you will be eligible for two prizes. So we are giving away two prizes, where we are giving away $1,250 in cash plus $1,250 in credits to each of that winner. So those will be two winners. And yeah, I mean, I'll pass it on to you, Harpal, again, if you want to share a little bit more on the hackathon.
Sure. Yeah. Thanks for the quick note bounty, and thanks for supporting the hackers. So more on the Monad Builder residency, right? I mentioned it again and again. What it is it? What is it? The Monad Builder residency. So it is basically you, your team members coming to New York, working with us in our office, right? So subject to conditions, we will include flight and accommodations. You will be given reimbursements. They are capped to $10,000 per team. But just imagine you win a hackathon and you get to work with us in our office. So I don't think there's a better perk than this. Honestly, I haven't seen anyone offer this in any hackathon, where you win a hackathon and post hackathon you're working with the team itself in our office. You'll be able to interact with us, ask questions to us. We'll be supporting you, right? We'll be nearby, close to you. It is capped at $10,000 per team, so flights, accommodations, everything will be reimbursed. And over to the mentors, we have top people in the industry, as mentors. These people will be around the clock available for you to ask questions, get guidance. These people are, builders who are technical builders, VCs who have product knowledge, growth knowledge, marketing knowledge, investment advice, like not investment advice, but like how to get investments, how to raise funds, right? So take a look. These are one of the best people in the many of the best people in the industry who will be around the clock available at the venue for you to get mentorship, guidance during the hackathon. And all of this is obviously not possible just by ourselves. We had great supporters for the hackathon, Quick Not included. We have Eliza OS, Cerebro, Solange, Opacity, Privy, Arc, LFJ, Phantom, Crossman, 0x, Nillion. So, a variety of supporters from AI agents, DEXs, account abstraction, APIs, privacy, etc. And the list of supporters is so big that I actually had to create another slide. So we have Turnkey, Wormhole, Alchemy, Euler, Magic Eden, Switchboard, Pith, Axelar, Curveyance, Alora, and Store. Right. So oracles, cross-chain infra, RPCs, again, account abstraction, DEXs, yields, and whatnot, right? So we have a variety of supporters for our hackathons, and some of them will also be doing bounties. So keep an eye out for those bounty information as well. And yeah, I think this is a great hackathon where you will not just build a project, you will get support from the team, you will get meaningful perks when you win the hackathon, which I think is something that I want to emphasize on. The prizes are not just economic incentives, but you get support which is considered invaluable. according to me. So please apply. And how to apply? It's very simple. Hackathon.monad.xyz. Go to this website. Honestly, it's a very beautiful website. Even if you don't apply, just go and check out the website. There are more details on the website itself, and there's a apply button as well. So looking forward to all your submissions. I will be also reviewing some of the submissions, so I hope to see some of them, coming up right after the stream. That's all
All
from me.
right.
Thank you for tuning in.
Awesome. Thanks, Harpal. And is there a timeline by which people who apply should hear back from your team?
So we will be finalizing the people who will be eligible for participation very soon. We don't have a reward back date, but the application closing date is February 11th. So if you are considering applying, apply before February 11th. We'll definitely be reaching out to all the approved participants post that.
Amazing. Yeah, yeah. So, I mean, I really like the format of the bounties. So it's really good for early stage like for startup founders, early stage DApp founders. So if you have an idea, I would definitely and highly recommend you all applying for the hackathon. Even if you do not know how you will be able to create that, there will be mentors out there to help you that how you can achieve your idea or how you can, actually build those blocks and like so create those puzzle pieces and bring those pieces together to actually create a dApp or app. So
Yeah.
if no, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, just wanted to say that this hackathon is a good opportunity for being a first mover in the ecosystem, right? Because the Monad ecosystem is just starting out. And if you build and participate in this hackathon, you'll be one of the first projects in the Monad ecosystem, one of the first Monad native projects. So it's a very big opportunity, which is why I want to emphasize it again. But sorry to interrupt. Please go ahead, Sai.
No, I was just saying that I was just continuing or just adding a point to what we were already mentioning, that they will have a first mover advantage in ecosystem which is already blowing up. So before it starts to blow up more and you have a lot more of competitors in the space, there is a really good chance, and this is a really good platform for you to get started, because you are getting so many things. You are getting direct access to the Monad team, and if you win, you are getting direct access to their core team in their office. You are getting direct access to their interns who are very good at growth, so they can take your projects from point A to point B and help you guys a lot. So I think we are near the end of the stream, and for everyone who is watching us live, you can ask your questions now. And for everyone who is watching this on YouTube, where the video will be uploaded after the live has ended, so if you have any questions during that time regarding the hackathon or regarding or anything related to Monad or anything related to Monad ecosystem in general, feel free to tag Harpal on Twitter, or you can also DM him if that's fine, Harpal. You can tag him,
Yeah,
you can
it's
DM
fine.
him, or if you have any questions, you can also comment them down on the YouTube video, and we will make sure to convey those messages or queries to Harpal and his team. So if anyone has any questions, now will be the time to ask. The stage is yours. And if there's no question, you can see Harpal's Twitter handle on screen for later. So Harpal, like until we give some time to people to ask questions, like how's the excitement with the Monad team? Like how's the internal excitement about the hackathon?
Oh, we are super excited. We are like the great thing is that it's aligned with the Denver event as well, which is one of the biggest events in the industry. Many people will be there, and alongside we'll be able to do this hackathon. We are expecting to meet new faces, new people. Many people have been asking questions about what Monad is. They want to experience. I think this will be uh, like this will be a very good exercise where we'll be able to see people experience it in front of ourselves, give us feedback, because it's a test net. So there could be things which are not working as expected. We get live feedback in the hacker house. We'll be fixing that. We'll be helping out developers, making sure everything that they expect is working as expected. So the excitement is very high. The team is also anxious because it's a big thing. We have been talking about Monad for such a long time, but when the testnet goes out, it's out in the public. People will do a variety of things, and we are just excited to see what people build with this high throughput blockchain.
Oh, I'm sure you'll see so many innovative ideas, because hackathons are great in that way, because people come up with, I mean, I'm sure you'll see some projects which you see at a lot of hackathons one after another, but there will be few of those projects which will stand out, and that will be the that will be the winning point, or something to take back for you guys as a team who are conducting the hackathon. So
Definitely.
looks like, Harpal, you explained everything related to hackathon in a very comprehensive and nice manner, and no one has any questions. And I'm pretty sure a lot of people who are tuning in, they must know something or other about the hackathon, about Monad, and that is why they are tuning in to learn more about it. So feel free to. I will again. I mean, your handle is already there on screen, and if you want to apply, you can just go to hackathon.monad.xyz and apply there.
Yes. Feel free to tag me, DM me, and happy to answer any questions post live stream as well.
All right. That will be it then. Thank you so much, Harpal, for joining us and explaining us what EVM Hackathon is all about, and to our viewers as well.
Yeah. Thanks for having me.